Eric Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. Today we're going to be making this sound. All right, so let's dive into it. First off, I have a concept for this sound. I want to use the sources they have, and I want to take a bell and just mess the heck up with this bell. So if we go to Load Source, Bells, Music Box Suite, we're going to click on this multi-sample. And this is going to load up a bunch of samples for a bell. Now the bell, they have these nice noise at the end. You hear that? It's like the little gears or whatever that are working, I guess. So we're going to take this, we're going to make it 3 octaves lower, play a low note. We already have a pretty solid starting point. And we're going to take this, we're going to go over to the effects and output. And there's already an effect chain here, but you can actually come into load effects chain and try out different chains. So for example, I could try out this chain that comes from this patch. Let's go over this brass wobble. Pretty good starting point. Now it is possible to bring in some modulation, and this can lead to something really wacky. In the modulation, we have ring and amplitude modulation. Let's choose ring from B. Let's choose to get in a vowel filter could be certainly interesting. Let's go for a vowel filter. We'll take this down and bring up that, like something like that. And let's grab a M segment envelope, bring this down and drag this over to the wavetable position. And I like to settle on something with a little bit of a bow to it so it hangs out at a value. And let's pick a region for it to go to by changing the depth. Let's change this to be, let's try 3 octaves down. Too much. We're getting there. Let's go over to the filter and routing, and I've already adjusted the routing a little bit. We're going to add a peaking filter, the resonance high. And we're going to have this match that movement. So we're going to make this a little small. Down here and give this a very small depth. So we have that nice sound, and we'll bring the drive up. It can always be interesting to try higher instead of lower. If we go up, we get that kind of a sound, which is pretty nice. If we have this match the gain and use this as a gain envelope as well. And if we bring this in, I'm just kind of curious. If we have another waveform, I want the basic waveforms classic. And let's have this modulate this via frequency modulation from C. And let's give it a depth. And let's also have this respond to it and give it a very small depth. Give it a bit more. Okay, so we've got some interesting stuff happening. Let's go into the effect outputs, and we already have a chorus. Let's bring that way up. Double it up. So the chorus helps quite a bit. Now let's come into the source, and it can be interesting. This might not always pay off, but if we bring the grains in and we give them a similar starting point, bring the density up. Try a small. We're starting to get places. These are the randomization controls of the grains. Bring that down maybe. The gain variable, we kind of want all this stuff kind of the way it is. This warp can be interesting. I find trapezoid, at least in my experience, tends to be the most different. We try it on the Hanning. See how it sounds like almost like there's an envelope on it. I mean, it is a windowing function. A window function just limits how much of something is allowed to change something else. It provides a window. It's used in a lot of different things. Whenever I see it, that's what I tend to think of. All right, let's come in to our effects and let's double down and do this all serial like. So we're going to route effects 1 and do effects 2. Turn this off, go over to effects 2. Let's add another chorus, double this up as well, and bring the mix way up. And I want to actually do this one as a layer. So we're going to get a little bit fancier with this, or not really, I guess. It's just parallel processing. We're going to bring this one in like this, and we're also going to send it to effects 2, which is going to come in through the same window. And on this one, we're going to add a filter that's going to have a low pass, which is already on a low pass. And let's bring that filter up. And I'm sorry, I want a high pass. And bring the drive up. Oh. I think we'll leave the resonance down. Now, this drive, it might be good to have it move with it. I don't know. We'll see. Give it a bigger depth. Yeah, we'll keep that move. And we'll also move the cutoff. I'm going to try out changing the size here a bit and potentially messing with the grains. If we bring the density way up, let's try out messing with the unison, a high unison, maybe a high detune too. We bring the detune up. Really not a big difference. Yeah, this density control is fascinating. Like if we key track this and move it up. If we give this the other way. What if we key track the chorus too? I don't know. Maybe we will keep it high. Make it mono. Let's get rid of the high end. Let's do a high pass on this. Let's go ahead and we'll do it in here. We'll add a filter at the front and just, oh, it's already a high pass. Cool. Move this around as well. We leave the gain up. I just adjusted the envelope. So if you listen to it with the filter, that note sounds really good, but the other ones don't. But that note sounds good. If we listen to it without the filter, this is going to be like a one note sound though. Listen to that growl. Resonance more. Doesn't work on the others. There's like a combination of factors, like of ratios and stuff. I don't know the exact thing to change to fix this. That. So this is the one note that we're after. I added a few things, a separate sub using a completely separate synth and another bass line that's just a preset. And this is what it sounds like. Yeah. And for those confused at the beginning of the video, they're like, which sound are we making? It's this wub wub sound that repeats. That's the sound. And without the separate sub, it sounds like this. That sound. And then I just layered in a sub underneath it. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to let me know. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day.